a little windy out here. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you watch this video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm your host, Mike Sports Vibes, and I will be talking about the mighty Minnesota Vikings. I will be going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game this season with the scoreboard and everything. I will also be going live for some primetime games as well. So if you're interested in good vibes, make sure you stay a little while and hit that subscribe. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Everybody's welcome. Shout out to Daniel. What's going on? I got to talk to y'all, man. I got a question. Are you excited about Kyler Murray signing with the Vikings? Are you excited about Kyler Murray signing with the Vikings? That's an honest question because I'm getting a lot of mixed, opinions, which I kind of expected that. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hit that like button when y'all come in the building, please. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to 7100. Shout out to you. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I look at it like this. I'm optimistic about this move. Sorry about the win, y'all. I'm optimistic about this move. I'm going to say this. I was wrong about Sam Darnold, and I said Sam Darnold was not going to be good, and I didn't give him an honest chance. But I admit that I was wrong about Sam Darnold. So what I'm going to do in this situation, if Kyler Murray wins the starting job, and sorry about the wind, y'all. Sorry about the wind. It's a little windy out here. If Kyler Murray happens to win the starting job against J.J. McCarthy, I'm going to be optimistic and I'm going to be positive, or maybe this man can do something for us. Maybe we can get to the playoffs. Maybe we could do damage. Maybe we could do something that we didn't do last year and make the playoffs and get out of the first round. We haven't been in the NFC Championship game since 2017, and that was with Case Keenum. I'm saying all this to say this. I'm excited. I'm going to be optimistic. Whether J.J. McCarthy's the starting quarterback or not in 2026, if he beats out Kyler Murray, I'm going to be excited whoever is the quarterback because they're putting on the purple and gold. Once you put the purple and gold on your back, once you put that jersey on, I'm going to cheer for you. I'm not going to look at your past like I did with Sam Darnold. I'm going to look at your future and your present with this team that you're on right now. And the team that you're on right now is the mighty Minnesota Vikings, baby. So I'm going to be optimistic. I get a lot of mixed feelings, and it's okay. Some Viking fans are like, why are we giving up on J.J. McCarthy? I don't even think it's that, y'all. If this is a true competition, why are people so scared that J.J. McCarthy is going to lose his job? Why are so much people thinking that on one side they're saying that Kyler Murray sucks, he's no good, he's too short, but on the other side they're saying that the Vikings gave up on J.J. McCarthy? There's nothing wrong with quarterback competition. That's for one. For two, if Kyler Murray sucks the way that people keep saying he's not good, then this should be an easy battle. This should be an easy competition. And J.J. McCarthy should be able to win against Kyler Murray if this is a competition. But regardless of the matter, we just want the best quarterback to win. You know what I mean? Happy Friday, brother. Kyler Murray will lead us to the playoffs. Great signing for you guys. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this, man. Shout out to Christopher Real in the building as well. I'm looking forward to this. I don't think this is a bad thing to sign a talented quarterback to a veteran minimum. The only way you're thinking it's a bad thing is if you really just don't think J.J. McCarthy has a chance of being the starting quarterback for the Vikings ever again. again. I don't believe that. We'll see what Kyler Murray does. We'll see if J.J. McCarthy can beat him out in a competition. Let's see how this all plays out. Because at the end of the day, we don't know. Nobody knows how this is going to turn out. But all I know is this. As a Viking fan, I want to win a Super Bowl. I want to win a Super Bowl. And I don't want to go through another season, even though I like J.J. McCarthy, I don't want to go through another season, and even though he's young, he hasn't finished the whole season yet, y'all. And I'm nervous about it. I'm nervous. This is not me saying I don't believe in J.J. McCarthy, but dang, like, he can't stay healthy. And that's the honest truth. And some people want to say, well, you're giving up on him. Well, that's not true. We're talking about the complete team. Well, we're not giving up on him. We're talking about the complete team. It's not just about one position. It's about the whole team. And J.J. McCarthy, I truly believe if he was healthy, we would have made the playoffs. But since he wasn't healthy, we didn't make the playoffs, and now our quarterback room is much better. Isn't the whole goal every year to improve your team, no matter what the position you improve? Isn't that the whole goal of every offseason? Our quarterback room is super talented. We have 2 quarterbacks in their 20s that are gifted, that are talented. Oh, good morning. But, like, you know, people are scared that J.J. McCarthy is done. But if you have so much confidence in J.J. McCarthy, how can you really say that the Vikings gave up on him? If you believe in J.J. McCarthy the way people be thinking they be believing in him, I believe in J.J. I don't think he's done. By the way, everybody in the building, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. If you didn't hit the like button, please help me out with the algorithm by hitting the like button. It really helps the channel out. And also hit the subscribe button. We are going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. And we're also going to be going live for primetime games. But again, yes, we're going live for every single Minnesota Viking game and with the scoreboard, and we're going to have a lot of fun. All right, let's get to the comments. Daniels, we need to get a top 5 quarterback or a top center coming from a top 25 team. You know what? I would love to get a top corner, but that's coming from the draft. I definitely agree with the center, but I think that's coming from the draft as well. I like Jake Slaughter. He's my favorite center in the draft, to be honest with you. I hope we draft him in the 3rd round. If he, you know what I mean, hopefully you can get him in the 3rd round. He might go in the 2nd round. But I hope that the Vikings get Jake Slaughter. And when it comes to corner, we're not as bad at corner. We're not the best, but we're not the worst. Like, we just signed, what's his name? Was it James Pierre? He's a very good cover corner. He's an outside corner, and he can definitely play slot as well. So he's a versatile corner, but he's more of an outside corner. We have some talent. We're not like definitely worse. We could definitely get better. Just like in the quarterback room, we could get better. Our quarterback room last year was J.J. McCarthy, Carson Wentz, and Max Brosmer. Now we have Kyler Murray, which was a former 1st overall pick that's super talented. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler. And no, he hasn't had success in the playoffs, but he's still a very talented quarterback. And we'll see what happens. We're just trying to improve this team. The Vikings mishandled Darnold. How in the heck are they going to handle Murray? That's true. They mishandled Darnold for letting him go. I agree. We'll see what happens with Murray. If Murray wins the job and say Murray gets us to the playoffs and we win a game or two or get to the Super Bowl and win it, there's no if buts about it. They better take care of Kyle Murray. This is nothing against J.J. McCarthy, but they better take care of the quarterback that is ready to win. Because we do have one of the best wide receivers in the game in Justin Jefferson, and the guy barely sniffed 1,000 receiving yards. He's not going to keep going through that without a consequence of him wanting to leave the Minnesota Vikings. Do you think Justin Jefferson, one of the best wide receivers in probably the history of the NFL, if he keeps doing what he's doing, a guy that has more receiving yards in his first 6 seasons than any wide receiver in NFL history, including Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, his man barely got 1,000 receiving yards last year. Yes, he did drop some passes, but yeah, it happens. It was a bad season for every wide receiver. But if you think that he's going to take this and want to stay on a team that can't get him the ball, he's going to want to get traded to the Bills with Josh Allen. He's going to want to get traded to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. He's going to want to get traded, and I wouldn't blame him. So whatever we have to do to make sure we can keep our all-time great players and we improve every position, and whether it's J.J. McCarthy or not, I just want to have the best chance to win. And the best chance to win, in my honest opinion, is to keep Justin Jefferson in the Minnesota Viking uniform. That's just my opinion. We're talking about an all-time great wide receiver if he can stay healthy. And I'm not trying to get rid of him because we can't get the ball to him. That's crazy. Just think about how stupid that sounds. How crazy that sounds. We have to trade Justin Jefferson because we can't get the ball to him. You know how freaking simple that sounds? Like any organization in the NFL would love to have Justin Jefferson. There's only probably one organization or two that'd be like, all right, we already got a number 1 wide receiver, and I mean, yeah, I'm cool with. But they still will want Justin Jefferson, and that's the Bengals, because they got Jamar Chase and Higgins, and probably maybe the Rams. They got Nakua. They got a couple of people too. But just imagine him going to those teams, bro. Listen, we wouldn't be talking about, oh, Justin Jefferson barely got 1,000 receiving yards. Like, that's crazy. I'm the guy that said months ago on your live about Kyler Murray. Yeah, hey, listen, bro. And Nate, you're 100% correct, bro. You got it. You hit it on the money. I was wrong. I was wrong about I started to go to Kyler Murray route a little bit late because I wasn't really thinking about Kyler Murray. I was thinking about Mac Jones. My mindset was Mac Jones. But yeah, you was right about that, bro. I just want the best for the team. And people are getting so worked up and getting so emotional. Like, listen, he's on our team. He's putting on the Minnesota Viking uniform. If he wins the starting job, let's cheer for him. Let's not go against him. And this is what I know, and this is what I have a bad feeling about. And it doesn't matter because he's going to have to prove it on the field. If Kyler Murray wins the job, any little thing he does bad is going to be magnified by 1,000. Oh, see, we could have had J.J. McCarthy in the game and blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, are you a Viking fan or are you just a J.J. McCarthy fan? Are you a Minnesota Viking fan or are you just a one-player fan and that's it? At the end of the day, we're trying to win a Super Bowl. We're not just trying to cheer for one player and the rest of the team isn't being as good as they could be. And I'm not saying J.J. McCarthy can't improve, but come on, we got to keep it real. J.J. McCarthy showed flashes last year. And I believe we would have got to the playoffs last year. But the problem with J.J. McCarthy is he keeps getting hurt. He keeps getting hurt. And that's the honest truth. Whether people want to admit or not. You don't have to admit it, but it's the truth. Come on, bro. I also am not going to automatically think Kyler is going to championship. Yeah, championship quarterback. I'm excited to see where this goes. I will also support this team. Facts. And you know what's crazy? I was one of the people that was like so wrong. Like I said, I was wrong about Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold got us to the playoffs. We won 14 games. We lost in the wild card round. And then Sam Darnold went to a whole nother organization with a whole nother offensive scheme and won the Super Bowl. And my whole thing is this. I'm saying all this to say this. Viking fans, you can You can love J.J. McCarthy, or you cannot like J.J. McCarthy and love Kyler Murray, or the other way around. Doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, the ultimate goal for us as Viking fans is to see our team be successful. That is the ultimate goal. To see the Minnesota Vikings be the best team they can be and be a successful team and get to the Super Bowl and win it. That's the ultimate goal. We had a top corner. Your Minnesota Vikings should have sent us that pick 18, and you would have McDuffie. I like McDuffie too. That definitely comes from the draft. Kind of surprised we didn't take a center in free agency, but we definitely couldn't afford Liberal. Yeah, I honestly would like to get Jake Slaughter. That's my number one guy. After Jonathan Allen and Hargrave, the owners are not spending money on any free agents. That's crazy. As a fan, I love this team, not just one player. I just want this team to win. Exactly. I just want this team to win. But it's like, some people are like, oh my gosh, Kyler Murray sucks so bad. I'm like, bro, like, how do you know he's going to suck with the Vikings? Like, you get what I'm saying, y'all? Like, they're like, oh my gosh, they're giving up on, look, this is what I've seen in the comment. Somebody was like, all right, Kyler's too short, he sucks. J.J. McCarthy's way better. Or if that's the case, let it be a competition. Why are you scared of competition? Why do you feel like the job is automatically given to Kyler? I don't think it's automatically given to Kyler. I honestly think, well, my mindset is like 50-50. They could be just talking, but I hope that it's a competition. I hope it is. I think J.J. McCarthy deserves that. But at the same time, this is what happens. This is the unfortunate truth in the NFL. This is why I say I'm not blaming players for getting their money when it comes to the guaranteed money and stuff like that. When you get hurt in the NFL, no matter how good you are, depending if you're an all-time great, if you're Patrick Mahomes or somebody like that, it's pretty. I'm not saying it's okay to keep getting hurt. Like Joe Burrow, how many injuries did Joe Burrow have? But he's one of the best quarterbacks in the game. You have to be the top of the top for you to keep getting multiple chances at it. But when you're an unproven quarterback and you're only 23 years old, and in 2 seasons you play only 10 games in 2 seasons, you're not proven. So it's like when you keep getting hurt, it's only a matter of time before they try to bring someone in for competition. And the only thing that J.J. McCarthy, he's going to have to use this as motivation. He's going to have to say, kick rocks. I'm going to prove to the world that I am the guy. I am the guy for the job. That's what J.J. McCarthy is going to have to do. Shout out to Mary, by the way. I'm just catching up in the comments. Most unfortunately, Kyler Murray is injury prone too. Yes, that's another thing. So we got two 20-year-old injury prone quarterbacks. May the fun begin, y'all. But look, I'm gonna be delusional and I'm gonna speak it into existence. I'm gonna speak like last year. I wasn't going by him getting hurt last year. J.J. McCarthy. I said we going to speak it into existence that J.J. McCarthy will be healthy the whole entire season. We're going to do the same thing this year before the season even starts. J.J. McCarthy and Kyler Murray and whoever the third string quarterback's going to be is going to be completely healthy for the whole entire season. Because I'm not going to listen. I get it. They both got an injury history, man. But I'm trying not to think like that because I'm trying to have as much hope as possible because I am a Viking fan and I just want this team to be successful. They got to be healthy. Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy has to stay healthy. But to be honest with you, I am excited about this move. Not because I don't believe in J.J. McCarthy. Not because I don't think he could be a franchise quarterback one day. It's because I wanted to improve our quarterback room. Our quarterback room was horrible last year. It was horrible. Not trying to be mean, I ain't gonna bring it up, but it wasn't the best. Motown, what's good, bro? Break Forever, what's good? Christopher Real. Lions had Stafford and Megatron, still could not win. Keep the give my Lions JJ. Hey, listen, he's funny. Motown, shout out to Motown. Shout out to everybody in the building. It's a little windy out here. Sorry about the wind. Super windy. It just got really windy. I say this, bro. And even though Sam Darnold wasn't successful with the team that drafted him, Sam Darnold got drafted by the Jets. He went to a few teams and became a Super Bowl champion. Even if J.J. McCarthy, this is hypothetically speaking, even if the Vikings did give up on him, which I hope they don't. Let me put that out there. I hope the Vikings do not give up on J.J. McCarthy. But say they did. That doesn't mean his career's over. That doesn't mean he can't go to another team and shine. That doesn't mean he can't go to another team and win a Super Bowl. That doesn't mean that. We've seen it. So even if J.J. McCarthy did go to another team, there's always a chance he could be a good quarterback. I hope he could be good for us. I hope J.J. McCarthy could be good for the Vikings. But the unfortunate truth, man, sometimes the Vikings make bad decisions. Let's keep it real. Some of the players that were in the Super Bowl were former Viking players. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy how some players could be good on other teams that we draft, but when we have them on our team, they're not as good, which makes no sense. And I'm not saying that Kyler Murray is a mistake signing him. I'm just saying, like, Vikings be making some mistakes, man. Giving up on players too quick, not developing players, etc., etc. Are you mad about Naylor? Are you mad about Naylor? Oh, I'm not mad about Naylor. I hope him the best, man. I got nothing against Naylor. I think Naylor could be a decent quarterback. Not quarterback, wide receiver. I can't wait to the NFL draft. Yeah, me too, bro. I'm happy for Naylor. Hope he does well. Raiders are crafting something special, I believe. Yep. We need to get a younger tight end and a couple quality backup tackles if they're so exactly, or O'Neal gets hurt. That's facts. Remember Stafford stayed in Detroit when they had a bad O-line. Get the O-line fixed and JJ will be better than Darnold ever will be. Darnold? Hold on now. Listen, let's just... I don't want to even talk about Darnold, him being better than Darnold. First of all, and I say this respectfully because I like JJ. He got to play a whole season at least to even be like, come on. Let me just say this. I like JJ McCarthy, but to compare him to Sam Darnold right now, I don't think that's a good idea. I just don't. Not now. Yes, the offensive line wasn't the best, but JJ McCarthy wasn't making the best throws either sometimes. When he did have the time, I watched every single game. Sometimes when he did have the time, he will overthrow Justin Jefferson. Sometimes when he did have the time, he would throw it behind Justin Jefferson. Sometimes when he did have the time, he would throw it too far in front of Justin Jefferson. So it's not like he was a perfect, even when he had moments where the offensive line was pretty good. Yeah, the offensive line was trash. But he has to make some of these throws, man. Some of these throws that are timing, accuracy, on the money to one of the best wide receivers. He got to make that throw. And I know it's not all on him. The play calling was trash as well, but to try to compare him to Sam Darnold right now, I just don't want to do that yet. I want J.J. McCarthy to prove that he can be healthy for more than 10 games. You know what I mean? He got to prove that he can be healthy. Because I don't think it's his ability. It's him being on the football field. J.J. McCarthy has to be healthy. But I just can't compare him. Because I know someone was trying to compare him to Josh Allen. I'm like, bro, can we stop comparing J.J. McCarthy to all these quarterbacks? Let J.J. McCarthy become his own quarterback. Let him make his own name. Because once you start comparing him to quarterbacks that won a Super Bowl, like that's, come on, bro. We trying to get him healthy for 17 games. He played 10 games in 2 seasons. So my whole thing is like, I'm just trying to slow my roll on comparing him to any quarterback that is decent or good. Even, especially Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, I'm not comparing J.J. McCarthy to Matthew Stafford. Yes, Matthew Stafford couldn't win with Megatron, but there's many reasons why that happened. The main reason why Matthew Stafford couldn't win, because the Dolphins didn't build no freaking defense, bro. They had offense. Y'all had to always outscore teams. Yeah, your offensive line was not the best all the time, but your defense was suspect, bro. You didn't build a complete team. If y'all would have built a complete team, y'all probably could have won a Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. But bump that. Let's talk about Matthew Stafford right now. He's an MVP. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. That's why I'm not comparing J.J. McCarthy to Matthew Stafford. If you want to compare it to the point where it's like, all right, he goes to another franchise and he becomes really good, okay. But I don't want to compare J.J. McCarthy to Matthew Stafford. I just can't do it. Respectfully speaking, J.J. McCarthy hasn't played more than 10 games. To be compared to Matthew Stafford, to be compared to Sam Darnold, to be compared to anybody that is a definite Pro Bowler, a definite all-time great, I don't think that's a good thing to do right now. The main thing for J.J. McCarthy is to use this Kyler Murray news as motivation and strive for greatness and stop being scared of competition. And I don't think it's him being scared of competition. I think the fan base is scared of competition. If J.J. McCarthy is the guy you think he could be, then why y'all scared of a little bit of competition? Why do you feel like the team's giving up on him completely? If J.J. McCarthy's the guy, he would never be scared of competition. He would ask, all right, I use that as motivation. Like T.I. said, motivation. Don't get down. Keep your head up high and strive for greatness. We're not gonna, we can't, I don't have that mindset with J.J. McCarthy. I feel like J.J. McCarthy needs to use this as motivation. This is not a definite that Kyler Murray is gonna be the starter. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Yeah, part of me does feel like, all right, they probably saying the stuff that sounds good right now. But until Kevin O'Connell makes the announcement and says Kyler Murray is the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, it's not official until it's official. Just like that Max Crosby trade that didn't happen with the Ravens. It's not official until it's official. But all I'm saying is this, y'all. J.J. McCarthy's going to have to rise to the challenge. He's a champion in high school. He's a champion in college. Show the world that he's the guy by proving it in training camp, proving it in the preseason, and also prove it now by working on his game, calling up Jordan Addison, calling up Justin Jefferson, or any wide receiver, and say, I want you to, if you can we meet up here and practice? I'm not saying practice makes perfect, but practice can make better. Work on his footwork. Work on his timing. Get stronger. Get faster. And prove to the world that he's the guy. We need to draft a new fullback. Yeah, I believe that too. Last year was an embarrassment for you guys. Y'all have to get it right this year. You had Sam and Jones. Yup. And we let them go. And you want to know why? Because they put all their eggs in one basket for J.J. McCarthy. And I'm not mad at it, but at the same time, J.J. McCarthy keeps getting hurt. The man keeps getting hurt, man. And that's the biggest issue we have. Because it's not his ability, it's his availability. It's not J.J. McCarthy's ability, it's him being available for every Sunday. Not just 10 weeks out of 17. What about all 17 weeks? Only time you miss a game is if we already clinched the first seed. Come on, man. Yes, like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, thank you for that, Break Forever. Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones both had better records than J.J. McCarthy last year. What are we talking about? Y'all quarterback room last year had more interceptions than touchdowns. Bro, this is why I don't like comparing. Like, I remember people were trying to compare, because you know one of my favorite quarterbacks is Josh Allen. One of my favorite quarterbacks is Josh Allen, hands down, right? And somebody was like, well, Josh Allen wasn't that good in his rookie season. Or he's talking about, no, and another quarterback that was comparing JJ to was Peyton Manning. I said, can y'all stop doing that? Every time you compare a 23-year-old to, listen, if you want to compare anybody to a great, or any young quarterback to an all-time great quarterback, right now, the only one that you could probably do that with is Drake May. Drake May got to the Super Bowl, and he's only 23 years old. Everybody else, you probably could, in a way, but Drake May, in that 2024 NFL draft, at the age of 23, got to the Super Bowl. But it's like, yo, let these dudes create their own name, bro. There's like, oh, well, Peyton Manning led the league in interceptions. Does that mean that J.J. McCarthy is going to be Peyton Manning? Like, what are we saying? Oh, so since Peyton Manning in his rookie season led the league in interceptions, so that means that J.J. McCarthy can do that. He can be an all-time great like Peyton Manning. We're not just talking about any quarterback. We're talking about Peyton Manning. Do people forget how good Peyton Manning was? Peyton Manning is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I'm not going to sit there and try to make things sound better because my second-year quarterback is not playing the best. Not just because it's just him. It's not just all on him. But I'm not going to try to make the situation sound better and compare him to all these greats when he hasn't proven enough to be compared to these greats. That's a lot of pressure to put on a young quarterback that hasn't played a full season of football yet. Now, I mean, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he can't eventually be a Pro Bowler and be a good player, a great player. But can we, like, slow our roll? Like, I get it. We like J.J. McCarthy. We want him to be successful. But we still got to keep it real. Like, we can't be just saying he's this guy. He's Josh Allen. He's Peyton Manning. Like, my gosh. Let him create his own name. Let him be J.J. McCarthy and become a great quarterback so people could be compared to him, not him being compared to other quarterbacks that are already pretty much in the Hall of Fame. Like, I think, is Peyton Manning in the Hall of Fame? If he's not, he's about to be, right? Like, come on, bro. He was compared to Peyton Manning. First of all, J.J. McCarthy is way more athletic than Peyton Manning. They don't even got the same game. Like, they don't even, if you're just comparing because he threw a lot of interceptions in his rookie season when you're talking about Peyton Manning. But come on, what about the rest of his game? Like, J.J. McCarthy's way more athletic. J.J. McCarthy's more of a dual threat. Peyton Manning was never, I don't think he ever was mentioned as a dual threat quarterback that can get first downs with his legs. J.J. McCarthy can do that. So the comparison ain't really even that accurate. You know what I mean? But just comparing J.J. McCarthy to Peyton Manning is just like, bro, can we play more than 10 games? Can we just play more than 10 games before we do that? Can we get some consistency? And then we'll go from there. When everything is healthy, offensive line, better play calling, you know, we'll see what happens. He has one of the best wide receivers to throw it to. We'll see what happens. It was just JJ's first time being a starter. Yeah, it was his first time being a starter. The issue is this, though. He keeps getting hurt. He keeps getting hurt. I know it's his first time being a starter, but when you have a team that's ready to win now, in a lot of people's eyes, and when you have a coach that might get fired, they're not worrying about, oh, it's just your first year. You better show something, especially after letting Daniel Jones go, especially after letting Sam Darnold go. They don't care about that, because I look at it like this. Yes, it's his first time starting, but it's his second year. I look at it like this. He's 23, but Drake May's 23. He got to the Super Bowl. I look at it like this. There's multiple quarterbacks in that 2024 NFL draft that got to the playoffs. I can go down the list. Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams. Listen, bro. Those are the top picks. Besides Michael Penix and J.J. McCarthy, the top picks in that draft, the top quarterbacks in that draft, which they're all young. Maybe they're not 23 besides Drake May, but they're all young, got to the playoffs in their second season. But you got to get to the second season healthy. You got to get to the third season healthy. You got to get through it to develop. How can you develop if you keep getting hurt? And I'm not blaming him I'm blaming him for getting hurt, but at the same time, that's holding the team back as well. When you keep getting hurt, it holds the team back. It holds the team back, bro. Oh, thank you, Motown. Appreciate it, bro. And it's nothing against J.J. McCarthy. So I don't want people to feel like I don't like J.J. McCarthy. Mike doesn't like him. That's not true. The problem is I can't say everything you want me to say. Like, I don't agree with, like, some people feel like we should be extra, whatever y'all want to hear, that's what I need to say. That's not me. That's not me being me. I'm giving you my honest opinion on the situation. The honest truth is this. This is the bottom line truth, bro. Whether you want to believe it or not. They brought in Kyler Murray because they don't trust J.J. McCarthy. I'm going to keep it all the way real with you. They brought in Kyler Murray because they don't trust J.J. McCarthy. Well, let's be more specific. You want to say who? Let's talk about it. The coach. The coach that everybody loves. Kevin O'Connell. He does not trust J.J. McCarthy. I don't care what he says. He doesn't trust J.J. McCarthy. Excuse me. That's why they brought in Kyler Murray to challenge him, to see what happens. Competition, and I quote, competition, which I don't know. I hope it is true competition, but they don't trust J.J. McCarthy because he keeps getting hurt. And that's the honest truth. If J.J. McCarthy would have stayed healthy all 17 games, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, bro. First of all, I might be a delusional Viking fan, but I'm going to say this. We would have made it to the playoffs last year. We would have made it to the playoffs with a terrible offense. We probably wouldn't win anything, but we would have made it to the playoffs. And nobody would be having this conversation. Because what we will be saying is J.J. McCarthy made it to the playoffs his first year, which really is his second year. But the first year he actually stepped on that football field, he made it to the playoffs. So the conversation is different because they fired the GM, Kwesi. They fired the offensive line coach. And now Kevin O'Connell's job's on the line. And he said at the NFL Scouting Combine that he was going to bring in some competition. I didn't think it was going to be Kyler Murray. He wasn't on my radar like a lot of people had him on their radar. Some people said Tua. I said, nah, I don't think about that. I don't know about that. I don't think that's a good idea because of Brian Flores. Some people say Kyler Murray. I said, I don't know, bro. Like, he off script a lot. And I was one of the biggest people saying, yes, I agree. Bring in competition. Bring in real competition, though. I wasn't talking about Kyler Murray, though. That was not the guy I was talking about. If y'all know, I was talking about Mac Jones. And people were like, wow, Mac Jones ain't good. He ain't this and that and the third. Well, if he ain't that good, we bring him in. It should be easy work for J.J. McCarthy to win that quarterback battle. And then you have a very good backup in Mac Jones. You get what I'm saying? The problem is what you would have to give up to get Mac Jones. That would be the problem. But I was just thinking like, all right, a little bit of competition or some competition, see what happens and go from there. It's not, my mindset is not to necessarily replace J.J. McCarthy. My mindset is I just want to win a Super Bowl, and we need more quarterbacks. We need a better quarterback room because our quarterback room last year was horrible. But JJ got hurt too much. He needs to stay healthy. That's true. That's true. We have a better O-line than Arizona. If they healthy, Nate. If they healthy, I believe you're right. I'm happy JJ Redmond will be the starting. And do you know who's playing next to him? Jalen Redmond and so we got I think Andrew Van Ginkel and Dallas Turner. But I still feel like we need another edge rusher. I still feel like we need an outside linebacker because I don't think Jonathan Grenard is going to be on this team. I think Jonathan Grenard is going to get traded to the Eagles, and I hope it's for a first-round pick. But I don't think Jonathan Grenard is going to stay on this team. I think he's going to get traded. So, and I love Andrew Van Ginkel. Y'all know how I feel about Andrew Van Ginkel. One of my favorite players on the team is Andrew Van Ginkel. The issue is he keeps getting hurt, and I feel like we need to bring another young pass rusher to develop before Andrew Van Ginkel is done with the Minnesota Vikings. I think that'd be a great idea. You know, have him play right behind Andrew Van Ginkel, develop him for the future, because what's the ultimate kryptonite for a quarterback? It's the defensive line. It's the defensive line, bro. I'm telling you, if you could get to the quarterback with a defensive line without blitzing all the time, that does a lot of good, man. Yeah, bro. I'm just trying to improve this quarterback room, bro. Like, I feel like people are making this a little bit too personal. You might have your feelings about Kyler Murray, like, oh, I can't stand him. He's not a good leader. He's this and that and the third. Like, listen, you're entitled to your own opinion. But as a Viking fan, I'm just talking about for me, I just want to bring the best players in and win a dang old Super Bowl. I don't care. As long as he ain't doing no crazy stuff off the field, and he proves that he's not that player that he was with the Cardinals when it comes to the leadership, not being a good leader, and he proves that he's better than that, and he actually shows that he still has it with his legs and can make any throw, and he does well with the Vikings. That's all I care about, man. I just want to make this quarterback room the best quarterback room it can possibly be, whether it's anybody. Like, I was against the whole Anthony Richardson. I was like, why would we bring Anthony Richardson in, bro? Somebody wanted to bring Zach Wilson in. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? What conversations are we really trying to have? Y'all trying to bring Zach Wilson in? Y'all want to bring Anthony Richardson in? Not saying that Anthony Richardson ain't talented or whatever. I'm not bringing no Anthony Richardson in. We can barely develop J.J. McCarthy. Why would we have two quarterbacks that need to be developed on the roster? Like, that don't even make sense. And then Zach Wilson, I ain't trying to be mean, but come on, bro. People are really serious. Let's bring in Zach Wilson. Why? Why would we bring in Zach Wilson? Respectfully speaking, why? What does that do for us? What does that do for us? So my mindset is like, all right, let's go Mac Jones. And then the late speculation was Kyler Murray. But for $1.3 million, that is cheap, bro. Like, think about it. You potentially got a quarterback for the present and the future for $1.3 million for this upcoming season. If he beats out JJ McCarthy. Like, that's a bargain, bro. Any backup you can name is getting paid more than 1.3 mil, bro, pretty much. What backup that has a resume like Kyler Murray? I'm not saying he won a Super Bowl. I'm not saying he won a playoff game, but he's a two-time Pro Bowler. What two-time Pro Bowler you're going to get on your team for $1.3 million? And people are against it. I'm like, bro, do you not want a better quarterback room? Do you not want to improve your team in every way possible? Let's go win a Super Bowl. Let's go see what can happen. Let's see if J.J. McCarthy can beat out Kyler Murray. And if Kyler Murray wins the starting job, It's not about just one player. Cheer for your team to win a Super Bowl. Forget the name on the jersey. Forget the name on the jersey. I just want to win. It don't matter what quarterback is under center if the O-line is but. The quarterback is going to look bad. Not the same line that Darnold had. Honestly, I think the O-line's better than what... Honestly, if we're healthy, I think the O-line's better than what Sam Darnold had. The issue that we had, though, Mo, my bull Motown, is the offensive line was so banged up. Now, if they're healthy, you got a Pro Bowl right tackle in Christian Darrisaw. You have a left tackle in Christian Darrisaw. You have a Pro Bowl right tackle in Brian O'Neill. You have a left guard, Donovan Jackson. He played pretty well last year. I'm getting them mixed up. Is it left tackle guard for Donovan Jackson, right tackle for Will Fries? Whatever, I forgot which side. But then the center position, if they're healthy, we good, bro. The center position is the biggest question besides being healthy. If the Vikings offensive line is completely healthy next season, look out for the Vikings. I'm telling y'all right now. Whoever the starting quarterback is for the Vikings, whether it's J.J. McCarthy or Kyler Murray, is going to have plenty of time to throw the ball. They're going to have a lot of time to throw the ball. My biggest question is, can we run the ball? Because we didn't run the ball enough last season. So we got Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. We should draft a running back, maybe Emmett Johnson from Nebraska, I believe. Go get you another running back and go from there. Establish the run. Go draft the best center that you can get in the 3rd round. Jake Slaughter, and go from there. I feel like, and I agree with what you're saying, if our offensive line is trash and it's not good, it don't matter who we have under center or in shotgun formation. It don't matter. That's why they got to be healthy. McCarthy has a long way to go to be compared to Sam. The Allen comparisons came from the combine numbers. Man, listen, bro. Yeah, I get it, man. But I get it. You could compare. But come on, bro. We talking about one of the best quarterbacks in the game right now, bro. Like, Josh Allen is like one of the best quarterbacks. If he's not the best, he's one of the best. Like, I'm not trying to compare JJ to him, bro. And I say that respectfully. Like, I hope JJ could get on that level one day. I want JJ to get on that level. I want him to pass his level. You know what I mean? He said, why you talking about 9 like y'all got Kyler now? I'm not sure if you was living under a rock the last couple of days. The rumors and stuff came true, bro. Kyler Murray signed a $1.3 million contract with the Minnesota Vikings. So he's with the Vikings right now, bro. I'm not sure if that's what you meant by that, but Kyler Murray is on the Minnesota Vikings right now, bro. Pat's going to have top 5 secondary. I love the Patriots secondary. Sam had 14 wins, 2 different franchises. It took second one to the Super Bowl. No comparisons. Yeah, this is why I don't like comparing quarterbacks to quarterbacks, bro. Like, I mean, I can understand. Look, this is the only way I can look. Even when they was trying to compare JJ to Peyton Manning, I was like, yo, bro, can we not do that? Like, I really feel like people don't understand how good Peyton Manning was. Like, do people remember how good Peyton Manning was? Like, Peyton Manning was a coach on the dang on football field, bro. He was a genius on that football field. And I'm like, yo, can we not compare JJ to him yet? They're 2 different players, bro. One is really, like, JJ McCarthy is super athletic, bro. He can run for first downs. Peyton Manning was just diming up wide receivers. You know what I mean? Peyton just knew what the heck to throw the ball at the right time, perfect timing. He was just, there's 2 different quarterbacks. One's a pocket quarterback for the most part. The other quarterback is more of a dual threat. It's a shame we live in a world where organization fans want instant gratification from a 20-year-old quarterback. I grew up in the time where quarterbacks sat behind veterans for years. Yup. It's a microwave society now, bro. It's a microwave society. The only issue is this. When this is the biggest thing, though, Smeagol, I think the reason why it's like this, because you got to think about what happened with Sam Darnold. What happened with Daniel Jones. Let's just talk about Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold helped us get 14 wins. Mind you, you had J.J. McCarthy on the roster because he had a torn meniscus because he didn't play one game. So he got us 14 wins. 14 wins, y'all. We let him go. We didn't even trade him. We didn't even franchise tag Sam Darnold. We let him go. We let him go. He went to a whole nother franchise, won another 14 games, and he won a Super Bowl. If it wasn't for Sam Darnold, maybe it wouldn't be this bad. But since the ownership sees what just happened with Sam Darnold, and I know Sam Darnold wasn't the only reason why the team won. It's a team sport, but he had a lot of great moments, and he was in the MVP conversation for a part of the season. I believe the reason why it's so critical right now because of him. If Sam Darnold would have choked in the playoffs and they would have lost, I don't think it would be this critical. I don't think Kwesi would have got fired. I don't think Kevin O'Connell's job would be on the line. But since Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl, that's why we're in the situation we're in right now. Because then, you want to know the double whammy? The double whammy is this. Not only Sam Darnold was on your team and he won the Super Bowl with a whole nother team the following season, you got nothing for him. You didn't even franchise him. But you want to know something that's even, I don't want to say worse, but kind of bad as well in a way, not really, is Drake May is the same age as J.J. McCarthy. He's 23 years old. He might be a couple of months, 3 months older, 5 months older. Whoop-de-doo. He's 23 years old and got to the Super Bowl in his second season. And he's only getting better. He's still developing. He's still getting better. So and he was in the same draft class as him. So you not only got Sam Darnold winning the Super Bowl that he was on your team, you also have another quarterback that's 23 years old that got to the Super Bowl. Yes, the schedule was probably much easier. Yes, they have probably better coaching. I get it. They had a top 10 rushing attack. Team is totally different. But the one thing that J.J. McCarthy did have that Drake May don't have, and I'm pretty sure Drake May will wish to have, is he has Justin Jefferson. He has Jordan Addison. He also has a top 3 defense. The problem is, offensive line was hurt. The problem is, the play calling was trash. So it's not all on J.J. McCarthy, but I'm just giving you the reasons why it's a critical time right now when it comes to the patience, the developing, because Kevin O'Connell's job is on the line, and that's just the honest truth, bro. If it wasn't for Drake May being 23 in the same draft as J.J. McCarthy, we probably wouldn't have this conversation. If it wasn't for Sam Darnold getting to the Super Bowl and winning it, we probably wouldn't have this conversation. But that's why they're not going to wait 3 to 4 years for him to develop when you gave up. You put all your eggs in one basket. You gave up on Sam Darnold, right? You let him go. You gave him up. You let him go for nothing. For a quarterback that has not proven anything at the time, and then he gets on, and then he plays, he has moments, he has flashes, but he keeps getting hurt. That's the biggest factor of everything that we're talking about. It's not even about his ability. I keep saying it. It's about him getting hurt. He keeps getting hurt. And when he gets hurt, it's making... Listen, he got hurt. We put Carson Wentz in. Carson Wentz was decent. Then he got hurt. And then after that, we had... who we had? We had Max Brosmer. And we know how that turned out. It was just a bad season overall for offense. Offensive line was just simply trash. But it's just the patient... The energy's different, and the mindset of this world, to be honest with you, is a microwave world. Nobody wants to wait. Everybody wants instant gratitude. They want instant results. They want to just be, like, don't want to put in the work. You want to just be a millionaire or a billionaire or whatever. You know what I mean? That's just what happens, bro. So what it is right now is there's so many different reasons why we're in this situation as Viking fans. If it wasn't for, and I'm not being like, all right, J.J. McCarthy, it's your fault for getting hurt, but if it wasn't for his injuries, we would not have this conversation because we would have been in the playoffs. The Vikings would have made the playoffs last year if J.J. McCarthy was healthy. I got a lot of respect for J.J. McCarthy. And even though Kyler Murray's on this team, this is quarterback competition. If Kyler Murray sucks as bad as everybody keeps telling me, this should be easy work for J.J. McCarthy. This should be easy work. We might as well just name Kyler Murray the backup quarterback. But you know what it is? The truth is this. Even the people that think that Kyler Murray sucks or any other quarterback that we bring in, the truth is this. They're nervous about J.J. McCarthy losing that competition. Because they know deep down inside, Kyler Murray ain't that bad of a quarterback like they think he is. Yeah, you might not like him. You might think he plays Call of Duty and he doesn't care about the playbook. He's not a good leader. But he's still a talented quarterback. But personally, bro, we're going to see what happens. I just want the best for the team. And the unfortunate truth is, what I've been trying to tell y'all all this time, I don't care what Kevin O'Connell says about J.J. McCarthy and that he believes in J.J. McCarthy. I don't care about what he says, bro. Because actions speak louder than words. Kevin O'Connell was pouting in one of those press conferences, one of those interviews saying, I had to simplify my offense for my quarterbacks. And the way he said it, I knew from that point on, I knew he wasn't rocking with J.J. McCarthy. And I was trying to tell people this. And then people were telling me Kevin O'Connell's a great coach and he's a quarterback whisperer and he's this and that and the third. And I'm trying to tell y'all, he don't rock with J.J. McCarthy like you think. He's making it sound good to y'all to make y'all feel good. So he say the right thing so y'all could be like, all right, so y'all don't get on him about it. Now y'all see what's happening. Now y'all see what I was saying early on before the season was even over. I was saying he's not trying to make this easier for JJ. He doesn't want to run the ball. He doesn't want to do the little things until later in the season. Now y'all see what I was saying. I didn't know about Kyler Murray coming to here, but I knew they was going to bring somebody else in. And what made it worse was J.J. McCarthy missing, 5 games or whatever games he missed, 7 games. That's what made it worse because we didn't make the playoffs. If we would have made the playoffs, we would have had this discussion. I'm going to keep saying it. I truly believe that. Because people going to try to hate, oh, well, it wasn't J.J. McCarthy that why we got in the playoffs. It was the defense. Yeah, it's a team sport, bro. J.J. McCarthy did have some moments. He had some moments. We also need to bring in a speedy running back, young straight out of college, and draft a top 5 safety. And we need new punters too. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I think Murray is, if healthy, can be great for y'all. Let's get it, baby. Let's go, baby. Murray is a big upgrade. Let's get it. Respectfully, Mike, you know who can get that ball in Jefferson to Jefferson? Kyler Murray. Hey, listen, we gonna see, bro. We gonna definitely see. This will make or break JJ. That's true. JJ McCarthy wasn't good last year and wasn't healthy. That's the reason to move on from JJ or have competition. I don't want to say the move on part, but competition, I get the competition. Like, I don't want to move on from JJ McCarthy now, but I do feel like it's a well-deserved competition. I agree with that 100%, bro. You have the whole lot of quarterbacks ahead of JJ McCarthy to put him in the conversation of any top 5 NFL. Yes, that's what I'm saying, bro. We ain't even trying to talk about that right now. He got to be healthy for anything, more than anything right now. He said a year and get better. If Murray leaves next year, he can be. Yeah, exactly. He sits a year, develops. If Murray wins the job, and I keep saying if Murray wins the job. This is not a guarantee. I don't know why people that believe in J.J. McCarthy feel like he's going to lose. Like, if there's a true competition, he might still win. You know what I mean? But I agree with you. He sits 1 year, develop, and then in 2027, see what he can do. But this is the problem, though, bro. This is the honest truth. This is the honest problem. That 2027 NFL draft, when it comes to quarterbacks, they saying is one of the best quarterback drafts in a while. So, I don't know, man. It's still not a guarantee he's going to be the starter in 2027 if Kyler Murray was to leave. Vikings got to get an offensive line too. Yup, that's true. I agree with that, Break. Hey, man, I was on... oh! Congratulations on your baby girl. I hope all has been well. Oh, my goodness. Congratulations on your baby girl, man. Kyler Murray to the Vikings with O'Connell is terrified. Oh, my gosh. I'm genuinely concerned about the division for my Lions this year. Let's go, baby. Hey, listen, man. Be concerned about Kyler and be concerned about J.J. McCarthy if he becomes a starter as well. Let's go Vikings, baby. Yeah, y'all know the vibes. Y'all got Kyler, who's not even 29 yet, on a one-year deal, letting McCarthy sit for a year probably. Yes, bro. It's a blessing in disguise, I'm telling y'all. Minnesota Vikings, 66 years and counting just once before. Exactly, Dean Johnson. Yo, I love that comment. Dean Johnson, shout out to you. Everybody that's in the building, hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. We are going live for every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. And I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. And I truly feel that way. Salute to everybody that's in the building, rocking with your boy on this wonderful, beautiful day. It's not the most beautiful day. It's a little windy. I'm out here in the woods. Out here in the woods right now, walking and talking to y'all. But you know, I feel like I smell some skunk, and I'm hoping there ain't no skunk near me, because I'm not trying to get sprayed by no dang on skunk. And if a skunk is out in the daytime, it probably got the R word, the rabies word, the rabies. So I'm hoping it's nowhere near me. But I smell skunk, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think management can do a lot better, giving McCarthy some more help on the field offensively. Yup. I think the biggest thing is play calling in offensive line. How windy is it there? It's windy as crap, bro. It's windy. I'm gonna show you how windy it is over here. I'm gonna show you this view real quick. Right? I don't know what you call this stuff, man. It's not grass, but it's this right here, and you can see it going back and forth. Like, you see how it's like going back and forth? Not that windy, but it's windy enough. You know what I mean? You see it going back and forth a little bit? I don't even know what this stuff is. I'm 6 foot tall. This stuff is like 15 feet tall or something. But it's like moving back and forth. You see it going back and forth? I don't even know what this stuff is, y'all. But yeah, man, like, I think JJ is a China doll. Just once. I know, oh, man. I hope JJ can stay healthy, man. I hope he can stay healthy. Kyler to JJ is going to be, shout out to TY in the building, going to is a problem. But McCarthy will get a chance to learn, and he will play this year. We'll see. We'll see. Sounds like a management problem with this started since they had Kirk Cousins. They didn't treat him right, and then they ended up getting Sam and all these other guys. Now look, I think Sam Darnold was the biggest mistake. That right there was a huge mistake, bro. For real. They've been saying the same thing on ESPN. He don't trust McCarthy. Yo, I've been saying this for the longest, bro. And people were trying to say I was a Kevin O'Connell hater. I even did a community post, right? I said, do y'all believe that Kevin O'Connell still believes in J.J. McCarthy? And then finally, more people actually said, some people said nah, and then some people was like, honestly, I don't know. And then some people was like, yeah, he does. I'm saying to myself, why do you feel like Kevin O'Connell believes in J.J. McCarthy? Just because he says stuff? What about his actions? The man didn't give J.J. McCarthy a run game all season long, bro. Until the season was over. Until the season was over, bro. It is a management problem. Why do you want it to be easy or McCarthy to win the job? Kyler is stiffer. Yeah, exactly. We don't want it to be easy because he doesn't deserve it to be easy because he hasn't been healthy. He hasn't done enough to make it easy. We want the best quarterback room to win a Super Bowl, bro. We don't want it to be Carson Wentz, J.J. McCarthy, and Max Brosmer again. I agree with you, Emma. I agree with everything you just said. There needs to be competition. Some people just want to give J.J. McCarthy the job, bro. Nah, bro. Do you want to win a Super Bowl, or do you want to just give people the jobs that might not deserve to have the job? He got to go through some competition, bro. Because once he got hurt, we were done, bro. Especially when Carson Wentz got hurt. We were done. Bo Risher is coming along. Let's go, baby. Needs to get playoffs before you think about a Super Bowl. Like and subscribe. Thank you, bro. Yeah, because Kyler Murray's situation of the contract, that's the main reason. Yup. Here's something people are not looking at. If JJ doesn't pan out, you can trade him to the Chargers. Something to keep in mind. That is a fact. That is a fact. You know his coach is who? Sorry, it's getting really windy, y'all. I really apologize. It is super windy right now. I love that comment, cause and effect. I love that comment. It would be a major surprise if the Vikings end up with Matt. Nah, we don't want Max Crosby. I don't want Max Crosby. We're not giving up nothing for Max Crosby. I like Max Crosby, but nah. Patriots have a better personnel than Vikings, if you ask me. That's true. I don't know why McCarthy plays internationally bad to make Kevin O'Connell look bad. You know what's so crazy, bro? Like, I be trying, and shout out to Too Evil. Like, I be trying to tell people, like, listen, man. People be making this so personal about J.J. McCarthy. If you say anything about competition, they automatically go, man, you just don't like him. I'm like, bro, stop being like that. Like, just because I want competition, because I want to win a Super Bowl. Are we not cheering for the same team to be successful? I want what's best for the team. And if J.J. McCarthy can't beat out the so-called sucky quarterbacks that everybody keeps saying, then he shouldn't be the starting quarterback. And if he does beat them, that's even better. That's good too. We just want the best quarterback for the job. Whether it's you that's watching me on the screen, whether it's Kyler Murray, J.J. McCarthy, or whoever. Well, that is true, but get him some blockers on offensive line so he can protect them. That's true. I agree. It would be malpractice not to sign Murray with that. Exactly, Dan. Both JJ and Kyler are freelancers in the pocket. Kevin O'Connell is an odd man out. Doesn't have classic drop back. That's true. Doesn't have classic drop back quarterback. And you want to know something that's crazy? Sam Darnold wasn't a classic, just like he could do it, obviously. But y'all don't understand. People understand. Sam Darnold was super athletic too, bro. He just doesn't utilize his legs like that, all like that. But he could do it though. Sam Darnold could do it. I just want one Super Bowl victory before I die. I know that's right, Dean. Sounds like the head coach has a problem. Maybe it's time for him to go. Man, Kevin O'Connell's loved too much. But I tell you one thing. This is what's going to backfire, though. And everybody that's in the live stream, this is what can backfire on J.J. McCarthy. Say Kyler Murray wins the job, right? And Kyler Murray looks amazing. If Kyler Murray looks amazing with this offense, people are going to start looking at J.J. McCarthy and saying, how come you didn't look better? I know the offensive line wasn't healthy last year, but how come the offense looked so much better with Kyler Murray, but it wasn't looking at least decent for most of the season with J.J. McCarthy? So that's what can backfire, bro. That's what can really backfire. 9-8 with almost no good quarterback. Exactly, bro. If Minnesota drafted Caleb Williams, what would our record be? Oh, my gosh. Well, with Kevin O'Connell, I don't know. Because I look at Kevin O'Connell, he don't like to run the freaking ball. I don't know, man. If Murray, shout out to Christopher Real. If Murray does good, the Vikings will extend that contract and get rid of. That's a fact. That's the truth, bro. They're not going to make the same mistake twice. If Murray looks good all season and doesn't get hurt, they're not going to make that mistake twice. For the price, it's low risk, high reward. Also, despite a bad special teams mess up, the Vikings beat the Bears. Facts. Facts. When you smell skunk, the only good skunk is yeah, right. They should let Willows love or hate Green Bay Packers. They do the best when it comes to replacement of quarterback. Yup, that's true. But the problem with comparing us to the Packers is they draft great quarterbacks, so you have time to just sit them. Like with Brett Favre, with Aaron Rodgers, they had Brett Favre. Yeah, it's okay if he plays behind. He's going to be better. Yeah. Where are you from? Where am I from? From Pennsylvania, man. And I'm talking about the mighty Minnesota Vikings. We talking about the Minnesota Vikings, and we talking about Kyler Murray joining the Vikings on a minimum $1.3 million deal. And we talking about J.J. McCarthy. We talking about it all, man. My mindset right now is I just want the best for the Vikings. You know what I mean? Why do the Vikings miss the playoffs every other year? You know what's crazy? I was talking about that the other day, bro. I said, yo, why can't the Vikings make the playoffs like 5 years in a row? Why can't the Vikings make the playoffs 10 years in a row? Like, forget all that, bro. Like, I don't want to do every other year. I want to do every year. For real. I want to do every year. But yeah, man. But shout out to everybody in the building. I want to say thank you for all y'all support, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I'm about to get off. If y'all have any last questions, just feel free to put it in the comments. Sorry about the wind. It's really windy. But yeah, we going live for every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. And I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us, and I truly feel that way. We're also going live for primetime games as well. Yeah, man, it's definitely going down. We're going live for the NFL draft. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Why do the Vikings just having fun? I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan from California, and it's going to be 88 degrees today. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I wish we had that weather. Mike Zimmer was better than KLC. Oh, snap. Yeah, I wish it was 80-something degrees here. It's like 40-something over here. But shout out to everybody in the building. Let's go Vikings. I only want what's best for the Vikings. This ain't nothing personal with J.J. McCarthy. People are just getting a little bit too emotional about J.J. McCarthy. All we saying is we just want the best for the team. It's not about just one player. It's about the whole entire team's success. And we need to bring competition in because the unfortunate truth is he keeps getting hurt and Kevin O'Connell's job's on the line. So that's pretty much, and then on top of that, Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl. We let him go. That's why Kwesi got fired. We also let Daniel Jones go as well. So there's a lot we let go and got nothing really back in return. So that's why the process is a little bit rushed. But then again, what if it's not rushed? Maybe this is the best thing for J.J. McCarthy, and maybe this is the best thing for Kyler Murray. Maybe this is the best thing for the whole team, and maybe this is the best thing for the fan base. Because what if we win a Super Bowl this upcoming season? Super Bowl 61, here we come. Until next time, y'all, have a wonderful day. Get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a great show. Shout out to my boy Bob in the building. I know the vibes.